During a televised question and answer session, Vladimir Putin addressed the crisis in Ukraine, what Russia's role has been and will continue to be. He also received a video call from NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden, who wanted answers about any programs Russia may have that snoop through citizens' online information. RT correspondent Alexey Yaroshevsky tells us more from Moscow.
Talking about the situation in the south and the east of Ukraine, Vladimir Putin came up with stern criticism of Kiev's authorities and said that the only way out of this situation is by means of a dialogue. Vladimir Putin did not spare any words to describe the situation in southeast of the country and Kiev's involvement.
I hear calls from people in the southeast to lay down arms. I tell my partners in Kiev, it's a great call, but pull the army away from the civilians first. Are you completely out of your mind? APCs, tanks, artillery. Against who are you going to use the artillery and the aircraft?
A lot of questions came in regarding the situation in Crimea, the referendum, and sensationally, Vladimir Putin admitted that those were indeed Russian troops on the ground in Crimea, but this was the only way for the referendum to be held and to avoid any sort of bloodshed.
We had to take measures to prevent the situation from developing the way it is now in eastern Ukraine, with tanks and well-armed radical nationalists. Of course, behind the self-defense units of Crimeans, we had our servicemen. They acted very reasonably, but at the same time decisively and professionally.
Another peculiar question coming from a well-known man, former NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden, came during this Q&A session. He asked whether Russia is conducting mass online surveillance and asking for personal data online. Putin said that, of course, certain cases like that exist, but this is done only upon a decision of a court, and Russia has no mass cases of online surveillance.
That was RT correspondent Alexey Yaroshevsky.